This is Eagle Al, and today I'll be talking about the standout players, not named Nolan Smith, not named Jalen Carter, and my three standout players from yesterday's game. I know most of you guys see my reaction, but I just still wanted to give a video to you guys about my standout players, but let's get straight into it. All right, before I start this video, I actually gotta give like I gotta shout out my subscribers, people that watched my last video. Salute to y'all. It's going in a trajectory, might be my most viewed video on this channel. Man, I appreciate it. Love you guys for that. And it was just a quick reaction. I was all over the place on that video, but you guys loved it. So salute to y'all, man. Definitely salute to y'all. But before I get into the topics, let's talk about Fletcher Cox. Who told Fletcher Cox don't leave Philly? Who told Fletcher Cox don't leave Philly? And there's three guys that came to mind. The three guys, the first one is a stretch. Javon Hargrave. I say Javon Hargrave because I don't really hear too much about him in San Francisco. I know him and Fletcher Cox was close, and they battled together. They had heavy battles together. The team loved Hargrave. The fans love Hargrave. And they just have a different atmosphere than San Francisco. No offense to the 49er fans, but we different over here. And I can completely understand him not wanting to leave Philly, but the money was the money. And I can see him saying that's his biggest regret. Second is really not a stretch, but this can be somewhat true, is Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz feel like just a little bit of a stretch to me because he was traded, not really released and let go. But Zach Ertz was demanding so much money. And it's like, bro, we're not paying you that. We got Dallas Goedert. He's coming up. He will be great in this league. And I honestly believe Zach Ertz did not want to be second fiddle to Dallas Goedert. He went to Arizona. He's getting what he's getting paid. But is he really happy there? They losing. They got Jonathan Gannon as the head coach, but he's paid. He's in great weather. He's paid. Do you think he really want to retire with the Arizona Cardinals? Their fan base is not like ours. He's not getting the same love over there. I'm telling you, man. I think he regret going there. I think he just thinking like, man, I should have just took the less money, stayed in Philly, had a chance to win the Super Bowl. Hell, if I was there, maybe we win the Super Bowl. So I can see that being the regret. He chose the money over a great organization, which most players do. You only here for a limited amount of time playing a sport. Try to get the most money you can, but at the same time, especially as you get older a bit, sometimes it is all about the money. But then when you get the money, you want to be somewhere where it's organized, where it's good. You don't want to be in a discombobulated place with a lot of money, then you don't really enjoy it, right? And the last guy, I don't think this is a stretch at all. I think it's possibly him, is Malcolm Jenkins. I think Malcolm Jenkins was the one. If I had to choose, I think Malcolm Jenkins is the one that told Fletcher Cox, like, bro, don't leave Philly. Because remember, he left on his own. He went back to New Orleans and he retired there. And I think he got love for New Orleans, but I think his heart is in Philly. He does so much for the community of Philadelphia, stays in Philadelphia. He was even at one of the camps. And the fans always show him love. When our safeties went down, we just like, yo, call Malcolm Jenkins. As crazy as that sound, we still love Malcolm Jenkins. And even Malcolm Jenkins put out like, yeah, I retired, but if I come back into the league, I'm still like under the Saints ruling. So, yeah, the Eagles fans love Malcolm Jenkins, and I think he should have stayed. He should have stayed in Philadelphia. But that was his choice. That was definitely his choice. All right, I just went on a whole rant about Fletcher Cox. Let's get into my first standout player. And my subscribers was on my head like, you calling him Eli Ricks. What are you talking about? His name is Pick Six Rick. His name is Pick Six Rick, man. I gotta play this for myself. I'm sorry, his name is not Eli Ricks. It's Pick Six Rick. All right, so Pick Six Ricks had one of the best games the first week of preseason by any cornerback, right? According to this, I think I got the image. Yeah, it's right here. 12 coverage snaps, 4 targets, 1 reception only for 7 yards, a PBU, an interception, pick 6, PFF highest graded Eagles defender in coverage. And I got to show him love, man. Pick 6 Rick doing this thing. I think he's moving up in the depth chart. Yes, even after that great game, he got some climbing to do because even though he had a better game than Keely Ringo, let's say like Josh Jobe, they still up there. And the reason why is because Keely Ringo is a 4th-round pick. I'm sorry, that's just the politics of the game. You're not going to send no 4th-round pick to the practice squad or release him, and hopefully we could claim him, then move Eli Ricks up. I don't see that happening. He still got a battle to climb, but it's going to be hard to cut him and nobody pick him up. He got that star potential, man, to the attitude, to the way he played the game, to his physicality. He got it. Whatever it is, it's Pick 6 Rick, man. Pick 6 Rick definitely got it. And like I said, I seen players in preseason break out and then the team cut them anyway because it just wasn't enough room. They better make some room. They better make some room for Pick 6 Rick. I love McKee Garners, and I don't see how Greedy Williams make this team. Like, we got a good problem in Philadelphia with a deep cornerback room. So I don't see this guy not making the team. All right, so I want to get into my next guy that stood out. Yes, he still got it. Dude, Greg Ward still got it, and that's yes. Yes, he still got it. I know a lot of people will say Tyree Cleveland. Tyree Cleveland did ball out, and he was force fed. I think he was targeted 10 times. He had 5 catches, more yards. He had the most yards on the team. But Greg Ward was precise, and he had to deal with Marcus Mariota, and still 5 targets, 5 catches, just as much as Tyree Cleveland. And like I said, Cleveland got the more yards because he had Tanner McKee most of the time. And he played somewhat of a weaker defense, I will say. But Greg Ward came out the gate like he wanted. He wants to make this roster. Especially if we keep more than 4 receivers. He wants to make this roster. Or at least the practice squad. And Greg Ward do stuff like that. That's why it's just hard to completely let him go. Or not even have him on the practice squad. Because Greg Ward can still play. Greg Ward is a Super Bowl champ, man. We can't let Greg Ward go. He's definitely showing he still got it after this first game. And I'm rooting for Greg Ward. Maybe he can make a spot. It's just that Greg Ward is so limited because I don't really like Greg Ward on special teams. We know we're going to get fair catches, 5-10 yards, 10 yards max. And that's really it. So Greg Ward is just simply a slot receiver. And unfortunately, you got the Zacchaeus and Quez Watkins, which is a great for us, but for him, it's like, dang, it's going to be really hard to beat out guys like that, especially if Philly just keeping 4 receivers. Like, he definitely still got it. Even if he don't make the roster, it's going to be on the practice squad. Guess lastly, this is not more of him about making the team. This next guy, this is more about him. The question, is he QB2? Is he QB2? After the first preseason game, it only been 1. I don't see how somebody could look at Tanner McKee's game and look at Marcus Mariota game and be like, yeah, Marcus Mariota is better. Marcus Mariota is very athletic, but right now, after that first preseason game, got to give it to Tanner McKee. I like how poised and calm he was in the pocket going through his reads. Marcus Mariota don't go through reads. He had that problem coming into the NFL. He just never fixed it. He go through 1 read, 2 at max, and if that guy ain't open, he's taking off. But with Marcus Mariota, especially playing with Philadelphia, well, he got to remember, we got one of the best O-lines. You see with our second team O-line, how poised Tanner McKee was? going through his progression, he ain't had nobody on him. Tyler Steen and those dudes was doing very, very good. Now, when that third string, I don't know about them, but that second team O line looked really, really good. And Tanner McKee showed his skills, showed off. He can move a little bit, but not like a Jalen Hurts or a Marcus Mariota. But right now, QB2 is definitely Tanner McKee at the one preseason game. But remember, he was struggling in camp. But to give him the benefit of the doubt, after seeing that third string O line, I kind of understand why he was struggling during camp. But I think right now is Tanner McKee. I think so. I think he should get reps with the second team, or him and Marcus Mariota should start splitting reps and see who really got it. See who really got it, man. But I wanted to give y'all a video today. We want to wrap this up. First, I was just going to let my last video play out because it's doing really well. But I'm like, nah, that ain't me. I usually give 2 videos a day, and that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to continue to do. I will have one probably ready tomorrow morning. But the Browns, man, the Browns is just so disorganized because we got joint practice with them Monday, Tuesday, but start 5 p.m. So that means practice ain't going to be over about 7. Then the video's going to come out about 8 by a lot of content creators. So the Browns is just, I don't know. We should just stop joint practicing with those dudes. They practice at 5 o'clock like they still in high school. I remember I played a little football in high school. The reason why we practice at 4:30, 5 o'clock is because we had school during the day. But like weekends when it was practice, we had to knock that junk out in the morning. These dudes practicing like they in high school. Like, bro, practice in the morning, then you had the rest of the day. Now reporters, everybody got to sit around and wait because Cleveland is Cleveland. But hey, man, what do you think, and how do you feel, man, about the news today? Who told Fletcher Cox? Let me know in the comments who you think told Fletcher Cox. Bro, stay in Philly. Tanner McKee, QB2. Pick 6 Rick. And will he make the roster? Greg Ward, if we keep more receivers, will he make the roster? But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm up.